Hello, hello, everybody. Welcome to the Detroit Cast. Mike and Jay. Shalom, Biggie. Hello, Jay.
Hey, guys.
How are you, my friend?
Doing quite well.
Good.
Yeah.
How was your weekend?
It's great, man.
Yeah?
Yeah, good little holiday. Headed up to the state game on
Oh, did
Friday.
you?
I guess it was Friday, yeah.
The football game?
Yes, I did.
Nice.
Watch the American Tackle Ball.
Yeah. What did you think being there in person? Did it...
You know, I was there for the band.
Yeah. Is Manfred on the field?
Manny's on the field.
Get out of here.
So I guess I wasn't mentally prepared for the stoppage of play in the American Tackle Ball game. Oh, my God.
Yeah.
Dude.
I don't know how anyone
Especially-
goes to those games.
Especially when a game is decided and you're just like, just end.
Yeah.
Like, it's no wonder everybody clears out in the third quarter. You know, 'cause
Yeah.
it's just like, dude, it's
Yeah.
just, it's tough to sit through all those breaks.
See, you
The
can't
guy
do it,
in the
man.
red, you know, the guy in the red shirt and the red hat goes out there for the TV timeout.
Oh, yeah. The
Holds his
orange
hand
mitt.
up, and then he does it. Yep, we're on.
We're going now. Now you can play again.
Dude.
Yeah, it takes for going to those games is brutal too. I just can't do it anymore. People always want us to go to games and stuff. It's like, oh, the thought of sitting through a football game, it's just brutal.
Yeah, if I could get a hookup where people would come out at halftime and give me the tickets and I could go in and watch the halftime show.
Yeah. You could probably do that. Does he get any free tickets for family and stuff?
No.
No?
No. Yeah.
Wow. So you got to pay.
Gotta pay.
To go into the tackle ball games that you would resent.
Yeah.
Just to
Thankfully,
see Manny.
had a couple of listeners hook me up, so appreciate that.
Nice.
Upcoming games.
Yeah, they look good, didn't they?
Their
Sparty?
defense did. Offense looked like crap.
Yeah.
Just like last year, just kind of pedestrian and
Yeah.
really slow. Like every play is slow developing. It seems like they don't have any fast players. Just
Really?
Yeah. Lewerke looked a bit better. He's willing to run, but their
Yep.
defense minus 73 yards rushing.
Yeah. That's pretty damn impressive.
Yeah.
You didn't watch the Michigan game, did you?
A couple plays here and there.
In there. It's kind of nice having a first night game to start the season, I believe, at the Big House.
Huh.
Did
I
you?
don't think
You didn't
that's
watch
Not
it?
really.
Yeah, I don't think that's right, is it? Didn't they play Notre Dame to open the
Yeah.
season once?
No,
Or that wasn't a season opener.
I don't think it was a season opener.
I
thought they said
can't
something
believe
like
they
that.
wasted a night game. To be honest with you, on such a crappy game. Usually they save night. Usually I felt like Michigan saves night games for like big
Notre Dame,
games, Notre
yeah.
Dame or a Big Ten game.
Yeah,
but
who'd they play again?
I don't even.
Middle Tennessee or something.
yeah.
I didn't watch
exactly.
any of it, but nonetheless,
You
but-
didn't? Why not? Why not?
I mean, I was bar hopping on Mackinac Island, so I mean, I guess
Oh,
when
look
I
at
say I didn't
this.
watch any of it, I guess I mean like I suppose technically I saw
was
a few
on in the
plays.
bar.
Yeah, it was on in the bar, and I guess I saw a few plays and saw, oh, I guess they're winning. Although just like last year, I got pissed off because the place I like to go to end the night is always the Pink Pony because they got the
Duh.
guy playing the acoustic guitar.
Do
and
they
this-
also have the big fat manager? Who you?
I don't
You don't remember that one?
What did he do?
big
Want
fan.
to forget that one, huh? Bang the big fat manager, E?
I don't.
Oh, come on,
I
E.
seriously don't know what you're talking
I
about.
thought you meant punched.
I don't know.
E
what-
doesn't punch anybody. I guess he doesn't.
No, I know.
bang
I don't know what
anybody.
you're talking about.
E, you banged a manager at a bar on Mackinac. Did we
No,
not
no,
tell-
no,
have this
no. I
story
mean,
told?
no. That was. I don't know about the manager part. I have no clue about that. The chick that I met on my birthday. That was a completely different situation. That was a situation where I went up there for my birthday.
I digress.
Yeah. Okay. So anyway. Well, I mean, you were wrong. I don't know what to say. That wasn't the story
I
at
could
all. but
swear you banged a bar manager.
definitely did not. Definitely
Yeah,
did
okay.
not. But so anyway,
He
I
did
got
bang
pissed
a
again.
fat chick. We're not supposed to call him that.
Oh.
Up at Mackinac, though. To Jay's
Yeah.
point.
But I mean, not on the island and not a bar manager. So
Not on
that's
the
why.
island. Mackinac City. Okay,
Okay.
got it. Totally different place. Sorry.
Well, I mean,
totally
it wasn't any manager, so you're making up.
It's a totally
Okay.
different story. Yeah,
Okay.
I know.
Gave her a career boost.
Okay, well, anyway, just like last year, they had a fucking night game to open. See, they must have had a night game to open last year, because there was the guy got mad last year. Who they destroyed by somebody. They played in Dallas. Oh, it wasn't at the Big House. That's why.
Yeah.
Because it was in Dallas, and I was so mad about it. So I fucking don't have my guy up there. That's supposed to be the end of my night. Is that guy playing Jimmy Buffett songs?
So why wasn't he at the Pink Pony?
Because
of
the
the
fucking
game?
was on.
And so he just abandoned ship?
I guess. I don't know what happened last year, too, and it pissed me
Wow.
off. I wasn't happy about that.
How was Mackinac, though, E?
It was great.
It's a great
Good
bar
OS.
name,
It was-
Pink Pony.
Yeah.
Pink Pony, it is a great place, dude, for sure. It was, well, the biggest highlight of the weekend is that Tony came up camping, not just up, but camping in the campground.
Really?
Yes.
Was he allowed to roam around?
Yeah, we leashed him up,
Yeah.
and if you
Good.
want, I actually did pull. I can show you a little bit if you want.
Sure.
Here's 1 second here.
So you and your parents and Tone.
Yeah, well, my parents kind of they came up Saturday. Saturday night. We were all up there much earlier, but there he is on a leash. If you want, I mean, leashed up proper, I would say. You know,
Yeah.
On the
wandering
prowl.
around. He loves it, man. He loves getting out there. I think,
Is
like,
that a weirdly attached leash?
well, they didn't have they have cat leashes that will go around more of a harness situation, but they bought it last minute at the pet store, and I'm assuming they don't sell too many cat ones, so it's technically, I think, for a small dog.
Yeah, it looks like
But it worked. And if I go over here, you can look at a pic. I mean, there he is sitting there. by the
Yeah,
tent.
Yep.
absolutely.
And he sat there and just chilled and took naps in the tent. And then we had these family next to us, and their kids came over and played with him and shit like that. And like my parents brought him down while we were all on the island on Saturday. My parents brought him down to like by the bridge. There's a park, where you can look. And they said just people were coming up left and right just because it's a cat. You see
yeah.
dogs all the time, but a
Yeah.
cat
on a leash.
on a leash, cat
Is that
groups on a leash.
Is that leash going around his belly? I mean,
Yeah, a little
looks like
bit.
it.
It's, yeah,
so
kind of
it's
around his
behind
belly.
hind leg or his front
You
leg.
had to still. He could kind of weasel out of it.
Yeah.
You had to still.
Tony wanted to hang out with you guys because he could have easily broken free.
Right. He's an older cat. Honestly, his age makes
Yeah.
some of this
Yeah.
so much more doable.
Doable,
He
sure.
would not have been able to do this when he was younger. He would want to run. Our tabby cat that died would not have been able to do this stuff. She would have gone crazy. Tony's a very chill cat that just
Yeah.
kind of hangs out. So
Did I see a picture of the house?
Yeah.
Did you post a picture
did.
over the weekend of the house? Was that the actual place?
Yeah, that was it. I hadn't been there, and
the house where you slept.
because of how we do
Yeah.
the pub crawl and stuff like that we do. We don't really go over there that often. But I actually went on the island myself on Friday and did a bunch of hiking, which holy shit was incredible. If people think that the island, there is so much on that fucking island. It's not just the one, the downtown, and it's not just riding a bike around the circle. You go hiking around the inner of that island, and I went for 3-4 hours just around the inside of there, and it's crazy. But yes, I did post a picture of the house.
Do you have that by any chance?
Sure, I think I got it. I think it's in the fan page.
Do you worry at all that one of them's going to see it? And be like,
I mean,
why is our house on?
I mean, I covered out the address and stuff, I guess.
Pretty unique look, though.
I know. It was 4 years ago, and at this
Yeah.
point, I don't know. Maybe it's stupid.
Statute of limitations is
maybe
long gone.
maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. I
This, of course,
suppose,
for any new listener, E went up to Mackinac, and if you don't get off that island by a certain time, what is it, 10 o'clock at night?
10:30 minutes, dude. This is bullshit. I almost did this as a grievance, but it's
hold
such
on,
a. It's
hold
such,
on, E. Let me
okay.
set the table. That's the last ferry off the island
Yeah.
for the day. Otherwise, you'll get stuck there. And a lot of times, people like E don't have money, can't afford a hotel, and he decided one time at 2 in the morning, like, fuck it, I'm staying up all night and partying.
Yeah.
And then he got really tired.
I don't know if I can find. The problem is I posted it in the fan page, not on my regular page, so I have to scroll through a bunch of shit. But I almost would do this as a grievance, but I think it's so limited that I don't know if it can be counted.
Well, try it.
But I'll say this: they have all summer long. They have the ferries go to 10:30, and on Fridays and Saturdays they have a midnight ferry. But they stop it a week before Labor Day, and I think like, it's a holiday weekend, and they couldn't just do it one more weekend till because 10:30. I don't need the ferry at 1:30 in the morning. I really don't. I'm kind of okay. We've been drinking all day. But 10:30 just seems so early when you're like just starting to really have
that
some
does.
fun. Like
Especially a week before Labor Day.
they stop it a week before Labor Day. I just don't understand, and I'm sure they do it for
There's
a
enough
reason.
demand for it?
I guess, but it
You
just
would think, I mean, those bars are packed, though, aren't they, on Labor Day?
I know, but I guess people
Are
are
they?
staying on the yes, they are, but I guess people are staying on the island. I'm sure they do it for a reason, but like we're all just sitting here like, fuck, man, just 12 o'clock would be perfect. We don't need 1:30, but
Yeah.
I do have a picture.
See it. See this
Lovely
Goldilocks
place.
house.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Oh my. Victorian.
Look at E.
So you just sauntered through that picket fence, huh?
Yep.
I guess.
Did you jump it? Did you open
No,
the
I
little
don't.
gate?
I don't remember much of that.
Walked
part,
up on
but-
that porch, opened the door, it was open, you walked in and laid
Yeah.
your little head down
You
on
know
the
what?
couch.
I
Should have been shot and killed that night.
Yep.
I walked by. This time I did it at night. I hadn't done that, and this year I saw people walking in and out of the house, and I was just like, "Oh my god, oh my god!" It like sunk in more than I even
It's
realized.
a delightful home.
It is,
And you got out of there unscathed. Didn't you just, like,
Oh yeah, for sure.
you just walked out the
I
fucking
slept
door?
there.
Nobody.
Well, I only slept there for just under 2 hours, from 5 a.m. to 6:55 a.m. Almost exactly.
So funny, dude.
I know, that's crazy. I don't want to ever do that again, but I'm glad. I don't mind that I have the story.
Yeah.
Hey.
I'm glad you got it too.
Hamlin Pubs, they are inviting you to their 6 Metro Detroit locations. Come enjoy Hamlin Pubs' great food, their drinks, and atmosphere, whether you're watching the game with your buddies, out for a meal with the family, or even out for an evening with your girl. It's always a great time at their Rochester, Clarkston, Chesterfield, and 2 Shelby Township locations, as well as their newest location in Richmond.
God, I've never been to the Bahamas. I want to go, but I don't think now's the time to go.
Yeah, it doesn't sound like it.
Yeah.
Dorian did it up.
Yep. Dorian Johnson. That's all I can think about when I think of Dorian. But yeah, dude, it sounds like a nightmare over there.
It just kind of parked.
Dude, for 40 hours. Think about that. A storm that just parks for 40 hours and won't move. So yeah, did you see the video of the people trying to swim through the floodwaters?
Yeah.
Edie, you have that video? And you've been to the Bahamas, right?
Yeah.
So how was this set up? There's like a main big island.
Yeah. I mean, there's they call them keys, I guess. You know,
Yeah.
like they're just there's tons of island strings kind of going off of them.
Okay.
And I was just on the big island at a resort. I don't know
Baco?
honestly, I don't know anything about the
Yeah.
Bahamas. I just flew in, drank, and then left.
Gazed at the water for a little
Yeah.
bit and then took off. So this is the fast-moving water in the Abaco Islands on Sunday. Do you have the? Go ahead and hit play on that, E. How bad would this suck to just be caught up in this?
Swim!
Swim this way.
Good advice,
Yeah.
bystanders.
Yeah.
All right, we got to move, guys. We have to.
Her titty's almost falling out.
Okay, we got to follow me. Follow me. Take your time. Take your time.
Oh, that was not a good looking group. I gotta be honest.
No.
Very real people.
Yeah, these aren't the people you see on the brochures.
Real people being affected in the Bahamas.
This isn't.
I mean, think about that. You're just this big fat lady with your family.
Okay, we got to.
You got a rope tied around you, and you're trying to just make
This
it to
one
the
right
shore.
here. I mean, is that a man or a female?
I'm judging from the size of the nipple. I'm gonna go female.
Yeah, I know,
say
but
female, but judging by that face,
I know.
Boy, oh boy.
It's tough.
Yeah. United Nations officials estimated that more than 60,000 people in the Bahamas will need food following the hurricane. Dorian devastated the health infrastructure in Grand Bahama Island, and massive flooding has rendered the main hospital unusable.
That's where we were, I think. Grand Bahama Island.
Yeah.
Yeah, that rings a bell.
So it's probably the big one. The main hospital is intact and sheltering 400 people, but needs food, water, medicine, and surgical supplies. I can't think of a better place to be than a hospital for all of those things.
Yeah.
Like, why are you running low on medical supplies and medicine?
well, I mean,
I think it's the demand.
Yeah, maybe. Florida is now bracing for impact. It looks like it's going to puss out, though, and do what it always does, take that little right-hand turn, and all of a sudden it's a Cat 2, and it's like, what are we worried about? God, that would suck, trying to make that decision, living in those areas.
Let's stay or go.
Yeah, because so often it's like you board everything up, and then you got to emergency demand, mandatory evacuation, and some people are like, yeah, fuck it, no. And then a lot of people leave, and it's like, disrupt your whole existence. It's like, wah, wah.
I know, man.
Wasn't even that bad. So 120-mile-an-hour winds, though. That doesn't sound like fun. Do we have any pictures from the Bahamas, E?
People braving the winds.
Yeah, I've been watching all the weathermen,
oh,
and they've got a.
the weatherman, dude. I don't remember where I was, but I mean, it's as cliche gets. But I was somewhere, where a dude was doing it, and of course, his wearing a tight shirt. He couldn't be anymore, trying to show
Yeah.
off his muscles. I don't remember what channel it was, but I just looked at it as like, could this guy be anymore?
Sounds like David Muir.
Maybe it was
maybe ABC.
just into himself. I'm just like,
Yeah, no, I'm watching them, and they always have to be like right on the edge of where the wall is, the support wall that the waves are splashing up against, and it's like they're just standing and they're just getting plowed with fucking the waves are
Being
drilling.
heroes, bringing us the news.
I mean, don't get me wrong, dude. Honestly, I would do it. I would if someone paid me to do it, I'd fucking do it for sure. So I mean, I guess I get it, but when they act like
Well, I just don't understand what the point
It's-
is
I don't
to
want-
putting
it's not
you in the
needed.
water. We were watching that one guy in I can't remember. It was Mexico maybe, and he's doing a weather report. He's up to here. He's up to his chin in water. It's like, dude, you're just becoming now a fucking rescue mission yourself.
It's not needed at all. I'm just saying I would do it. If it was like
Well,
someone
yeah,
said,
sure.
"Hey, we'll fly you down," and you just have to for a few days, you get to sit there and whoa, it's crazy.
Yeah, just bundle up and just get pounded by the rain. I don't understand
traveling.
what is it like. Do we need to see that? Like, move back 10 feet to where the water is not surging.
Well, if you do that, then
just
it's not
show them.
dramatic, and then who cares? Really, who cares?
The other
if you're
thing
not
that-
sitting there in the heart of it, then you're really doesn't. There's no need for you.
The other thing that kind of bugs me, and I don't know why, is the too much knowledge weather guy for the area he's in. He seems to know every community and every neighborhood. And 1,600 feet over here is block 600 in the Port St. Lucie area, and blow. And you're like, dude, does anyone give a shit? Like, what are you talking about?
They gotta sit
Due-
there and talk
due
about something.
south
The
16
Weather
degrees.
is the story. You got to dig in, you know?
Yeah. In southern Florida's Port St. Lucie, low-income area where mobile parks stood all but emptied. Yeah, it's smart for those guys to get out of there. Dan Peedle, 78 years old, and Dan's had enough. He fled his retirement community to take shelter in a hotel. Makes me sick. I don't like it. I've been through 7 or 8 of them since I've been in Florida since 1973. They're all the same, you know. Tear everything up, put it back together.
These are real quotes.
But I choose to live here, so I might as well
Yeah.
live with it.
yeah,
you know?
Thank you for that final sentence.
Yeah,
sir.
yeah.
It's terrible. It's not like there's just someone's picking to do it, or like the government's coming in and saying we're making a hurricane for you guys.
You, sir, are assigned to live right here.
Yeah, I'm going to complain about something I'm the only one that has complete control of. I'm going to whine about it.
Those quotes are ridiculous.
Hey, 78. He's had enough of this shit. He just wants it to be done with.
A solution. Move.
Did you see the chick that has the shelter there? It took in
Oh, the dogs,
97 dogs.
Ugh.
Can you imagine? I would think that would be... She expanding those numbers. How do you put 97 dogs in your fucking house?
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Woman in the Bahamas, she sheltered nearly 100 stray and abandoned dogs inside her home to protect them.
Don't you just go to 100 at that point? Like, come on, 3 more dogs, right?
Yeah.
Jesus, you're a numbers
Oh,
guy.
dude, I would hate having 97.
Yeah, drive
Yeah.
you
Have
nuts,
to be
right?
100.
Forever.
It
Yeah.
would be pissing me. I'd be finding dogs that weren't strays so I could have 100.
Cut one
Stealing
in
neighbors'
half.
dogs.
Yeah, something.
Chella Phillips is her name, manager of the Voiceless Dogs of Nassau in the Bahamas. Look at those poops. Look at all those poops. You would think that some of them wouldn't get along with each other.
Yeah, and they all look somewhat clean, don't they?
Yeah.
They don't look
Yeah.
that mangy.
Nope.
Is this a fake story?
I don't know, man. 97 dogs are inside my house, and 79 of them are inside my master bedroom. Really?
Why is she even
79?
Why is she counting?
I don't know.
Like, and how? And dude, that's actually
look
that
at
would
the
be
newspaper over there.
that would be
Piddling.
harder to count to me than like you. I don't know, because dogs move around and they're animals, and you're like
Yeah.
you're counting, and it's like. What are you gonna corral us? You count a certain amount, corral them into a room, then count a few more and throw them in
Put a
the
little chalk mark on their noses, you know?
Yeah,
As they walk
Okay,
by.
I guess. But if you're doing it, it means you want people to know how many you have.
Of course.
Yeah. Well, she would know how many she started with. And as long as she doesn't lose any of them,
She's letting them in the door, right?
Right, I guess.
yeah. It's been insane since last night. Poop and piss nonstop, but at least they are respecting my bed and nobody has dared jump in it.
Are they?
I don't believe that.
Ugh,
How can you-
97 dogs.
And 79 of them are inside her master bedroom, and none of them has dared to jump on her bed.
And it's out of respect,
That's a
by
lie.
the way.
Yeah,
it's,
right.
it's out of
That's-
respect, according to her.
I don't believe that.
I want to see her bed. Maybe her bed's a pile of shit.
Maybe.
Well, not like literal shit, but I mean,
Well,
why?
Can you pick up any clues from the house? I mean,
Let me see if there's another image.
Pretty much tile floor, it appears.
yeah, they're just laying around, getting that cool floor. I'm impressed with how well they're getting along with each other. Is that all the pictures, E?
I mean, there's here. I'm trying to see if there's one. I wish there was one that maybe showed like there was
Oh,
that,
whoa.
but I mean,
Is that underneath the
Looks
box
like
Oh, wait a
under,
minute,
under
here.
a bed.
here might be the bed.
I'm telling you, these look too clean to just be stray.
Yeah.
There's
don't
no
they?
chance in fuck none of those dogs got up on that
And
bed.
that's okay. That's her bed.
I'm gonna guess.
Yeah.
God, who's the dick who has to be put in the cage, huh? You got 97 dogs and you got one sitting in a cage.
One in a cage. Yeah, well, I wasn't being a very good boy last night. So they put me in here. We may not get hit as hard as the other islands, and the saddest part is that after the hurricane leaves the Bahamas, some islands will take a long time to recover. Each island has an abundance of homeless dogs. My heart is so broken for the ones without a place to hide a Cat 5 monster. Only God can protect them now. So, yeah. Anyway, it's starting to get leaking through the house. Water starting to come through the house now. Hers. So it could be a real mess over there before too long. Can't imagine it smells too good in there.
Oh yeah, wet dog is great.
Yeah, 97
Wet
dogs.
stray dog pooping in all over your 97.
But not on the bed.
All over. Yeah, not on the bed.
But they didn't. No, none of them jumped on the bed.
Out of respect.
Yeah, of course.
They've
Poor
been
little
respectful.
guys. That sucks, man. Every time you see one of these tragedies, it's like the first thing that gets forgotten is whole tone.
oh man,
You know what I mean?
Before that story, I would have never thought about a bunch of stray dogs in the
Yeah.
streets of the Bahamas. I would just not have thought of that.
No, neither would I. And the amount of people that make that decision, like we couldn't fit one more cat box in the car. We packed up everything we could. Seeing those, it's like
Oh yeah, the fires in California.
California
That's a big thing, right?
Yep.
Remember that family that lied about it? They said that they left them at home or some crap, or they tried. There was somehow they lied about it, and then they found the dog at home,
Yeah.
burnt to a crisp. But I forget what they said. Like,
it,
oh,
like,
he got away
chained
or
up or
something.
something?
Yeah.
Yeah, was that the one that, she had the note that said, we really hope and pray that you were able to break out of here or something
Yeah,
like
something
that?
like that.
And it's like, no, that was your job, was to just open the door.
Damn.
She
Right.
left him in there and was like, hoping for the best. You found your way out, pal. Nope. Oh, man, did you see the that dive boat?
Absolutely, right?
Holy shit.
Am I correct that this thing's anchored 20 yards off the coast of California
Yeah, something like that.
and just sizzles with dozens of people
Yeah.
below deck,
Who
right?
can't get out at all.
Yeah.
3-day diving expedition. Sounds wonderful off the coast of Southern California. Ends in tragedy when the vessel Conception caught fire, killing at least 25. 9 are still missing.
Well, they've got dive gear,
Yeah, I'm going to say that,
trained divers.
that you can add those 9 to the 25 that we've already lost.
That must be horrifically frustrating to be burning up so close to so much water,
Yeah,
you know?
and shore.
Yeah, 20 yards away.
Yep. How does that happen? So they're anchored off of Santa Cruz, which, I mean, there's some piers over there.
Flat out Marin County.
No, this is not
Damn
Marin County.
it.
This is way south, way south. So yeah, it became fully engulfed in flames as 30 passengers slept in tight quarters below the deck. Looks like nice beds and stuff, but just imagine that feeling when it's like, oh shit, there's not a way out of here, and the whole thing is engulfed. Do you have pictures of it?
So the
flames.
deal is they're bunked up proper because first thing in the morning they're headed out to a local island to go dive.
Right. Something like that.
I'm trying to think. There's video of them trying to put it out. There's,
Of like,
oh, here I guess.
how does that happen?
Look at this. This is like
I guess there's.
isn't that a little generous to put the boat fire so far out in the water there? Shouldn't
Yeah.
it be right next to land?
Well, were they right next to land?
I thought they said 20 yards offshore.
Yeah.
Am I wrong on that? Did I misread that?
No, I
Struck
don't
me.
think so, because I thought the same thing. Like, why?
Thing's basically docked.
Yeah, I think it was. So the Coast Guard, Santa Barbara Fire, Ventura County Fire, and Vessel Assist responded to the scene. You couldn't ask for a worse situation, Sheriff Bill Brown said. This is probably the worst case scenario you can possibly have. You have a vessel that's on the open sea that's in the middle of the night. I mean, it's 3:30 in the morning.
It's a nice vessel.
Yeah. Not so much now. That's the before. So we've got the Mayday call. Do you have the Mayday call, E? Terrifying is that the captain can be heard telling the Coast Guard that all of his passengers are trapped below deck with no escape hatch.
You have it pulled out for now.
Yeah, there you go.
Good. 2 seconds. Pass harbor. Northside Santa Cruz.
Vessel in distress. This is Coast Guard Sector Los Angeles on Channel 16. What is your position and number of persons on board? Over.
What is that, COE? I can't breathe. 39 COE. What?
Vessel in distress. Coast Guard Sector Los Angeles. Roger. You have 29 persons on board and you can't breathe. What is your current GPS position? Over. Vessel in distress. Coast Guard Sector Los Angeles on Channel 16.
Yeah, he says there's 33 people on board. The vessel's on fire. They can't get off. Roger. Are they locked inside the boat? Roger. Can you get back on the boat and unlock the doors so they can get off? Roger, you don't have any firefighter gear at all. No fire extinguishers or anything. So the surviving crew, I guess, got on a dinghy and took it to the Great Escape, which is a boat anchored nearby. That boat's owners, Bob and Shirley Henson, said they were heard pounding outside the 60-foot vessel. These guys are outside. We looked. The other boat was totally engulfed in flames from stem to stern. The crew had retrieved the dinghy and paddled 200 yards to Hanson's boat. So 20 yards, 200 yards.
Well, no, I swear I saw the thing was docked or tied up 20 yards offshore.
I don't know why I'm not seeing that.
All
So
right.
they retrieved the dinghy and paddled 200 yards to the Hanson's
Yeah, why wouldn't
boat.
they go to shore, right?
Yeah, why, exactly.
Why wouldn't they just jump in and doggy paddle 20 yards?
This thing says, I mean, this picture, but under this picture does say the vessel eventually sank almost entirely below the water, about 20 yards from shore.
What the fuck?
Dude, that just doesn't. Why wouldn't they be able to get out of that basement?
Who knows, man?
I mean, it just seems like that's insanity that you would have 30.
We're early in the investigation, Mike.
I understand that. The boat appears to have been in full compliance and that it was authorized to be anchored at the scene of the fire in Platts
20 yards
Harbor.
offshore.
It's just crazy. And aren't you supposed to go down with a ship, sir? The captain instead of
go,
me?
captain.
Is he allowed to get off at some point?
You lock
Like-
the doors and jump.
Yeah, maybe. Too bad, man. That fire, seeing that whole thing, just insane. We had another stupid parade in New York City. They seem to have a lot of these. You know, this is where you'll see Wiener running around with a fucking Cuban Day flag, celebrating whatever, blah blah blah. So we had
I saw this one. This is the twerking episode with the cop.
It's not twerking, it's winning.
Oh.
Is what they call that. The dance is a popular move in Jamaican dance hall called winning, W-I-N-I-N-G, or whining. So other marchers gather around and chant whine, whine, whine. So do you have the video there? So this is a parade marcher, pulls up to an NYPD officer, it gets kind of little frisky and twerky dancing with him. She's wearing a neon vest and thong as she pulls up to the policeman, bends over, dancing a little seductively, and he kind of got into things.
Yes,
man.
he did.
I mean,
I wonder if this breaches protocol. Okay, no problem there. No problem there. When does he cross the line? He's all right. Doing a little dance. Yeah, sure.
yeah.
Join the festivities.
right about
And-
now. Now.
She is now touching his penousal region with her buttock.
Yeah.
And I'd say, you know, okay, now.
Yeah,
Now he's doing the arms raised.
Yeah. I forgot where he is. He's in the club now.
Yeah, he's in the club.
Dude, look at him. He knows what he's doing, too. She's trying to make him. Look at the
Oh
other
yeah,
cop.
then a second chick runs up to the other cop and starts doing the
not
same
nearly as
thing.
hot a chick runs up to the second cop, by the way.
Well, see what
second
happens.
cop was not nearly into it.
He just knows there's video running. I mean, she's trying to get him hard right now.
Right. So what's the end game here, cop? You walk away with a boner,
Giant
in your
boner.
uniform?
Yeah. You think he
I mean,
took her
it's
into a
hard-
bathroom and banged her? I'm pretty
it's
sure
hard.
he did.
It's right there, man.
Look at him getting into it and shit.
Absurd.
I mean, he's fully.
Yeah.
He's fully club mode.
The
yeah.
only thing
yeah.
he's not doing is flowing, grabbing the hips or whatever. I mean,
Right now she's facing him, and they're just.
Yeah, she goes
And then
back
she
in.
goes back. Goes
Yeah,
back for
hell
more.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
that's real dignified right there.
Unbelievable.
Anyone have a problem with that? Would you have reacted differently, E, or would you?
No, probably not. I don't know. You know what though? I would never be in a. It's hard to put myself in that position because what position am I in where I have an actual I'm in a position like a cop? Dude, he can't do that. But like, what
Yeah.
position? So when you say would I do that? Like, what if I
Hard
was
to imagine yourself.
right?
in
I
cop's
being an
position.
authoritative figure where I'm supposed to be following the rules. I mean, if I'm just sitting there as a parade volunteer. Fuck yes, I'm getting into it. Like, are you kidding me? But a cop? I don't know.
I don't know. It doesn't sound like he's in trouble or anything. You know, they beefed up security at this. I guess this is known for a lot of violence breaking out at the West Indian Day Parade. Yeah. So, there was
Look at her. Hands on the ground.
I know, right?
fucking thong. Look at the
4-point
moms around her.
stance.
Yeah. Gross mom in front of her.
Yeah.
But see, by not shutting that down, by allowing that twerking, as it were, to continue, it led to the other girl jumping on the other cop thinking it's okay.
Well, and the boys in blue are just trying to, help the community blend in with the community. Mm-hmm. There's been too much friction lately.
Absolutely.
And they're just, trying to hang out.
Well, they're building bridges. Jay.
Building bridges.
Yeah, that's what we do here.
Hey, Arnold Roofing is building roofs. They're a listener-owned business that serves Southeast Michigan and the surrounding areas since 1998. They specialize in repairs, replacements, and new roofs, of course. Arnold Roofing has the experience and knowledge to provide you a reliable product backed by quality workmanship and extensive warranties. Easiest, get this, they'll do the work with no money down. You pay on completion. That means Arnold Roof is dedicated to your complete satisfaction. Go to Arnold Roofing and get roofed up proper, arnoldroofing.com or 248-634-0189.
Did you see the Louisville cheerleader?
Yeah.
Take a ball off the face?
I did.
Bust her nose. Got to keep that head on a swivel, especially on the sidelines, right? She saw that ball coming in last second. Tried to, use her palms to perhaps block it, but to no avail.
Ian Book,
Ian Book.
Notre Dame quarterback.
Yeah. You got the video, E? So the rush is on. He just chucks it out of bounds.
What does she say, 10 yards off the sideline?
Yeah.
Right? 10 yards back toward the stands.
Yeah.
You don't expect it. Probably the last thing you expect.
Yeah.
Maybe not the last thing.
Yeah, probably not the last thing
Yeah.
you'd expect.
You're at a football
it's worse. Game. Yeah, you are at a football game, and balls are being thrown around. It's better to have it happen like that than that, when you get like four guys coming to make that big tackle on the sideline.
Oh, yeah.
Careening into the fucking crowd.
But that's the thing. She's so far back. It's hard to expect.
Yeah. Poor thing. That's Elizabeth Scott. Thank you, Ian Book. She tweeted afterwards.
Really broke her nose, right?
Yeah, well, my nose is crooked, but I'll always have a good story to tell.
Yes, you will.
She will. God, I got to tell you, man, I'm getting excited. It is Thursday kicks off the NFL season.
Oh, with who?
I'm not
Bears,
even sure.
Packers, I think.
Yeah, maybe. Yeah. But yep, Thursday night, Chicago Bears host the Green Bay Packers. Betty White, is she probably the coolest 97-year-old?
Yeah, now that Cloris, what's her name, is dead, right?
Leachman?
Yeah.
I'm trying to think, like, it'd be a toss-up.
She's dead, right? I didn't
Sure.
prematurely kill off Cloris.
No,
Leachman.
who was it? Someone else died the other day, too. At 80.
Yes, she played Rhoda.
Yes.
She was on Mary Tyler Moore.
Yes.
Her name was Valerie.
Yes.
Her last name was?
Yes. Nobody cares.
Fuck.
But who is more popular, RGB or Betty White? You know what I mean?
Yeah, this moment with politics is as important as they are to people.
I
Probably
don't think your girl is dead, by the way.
Ruth Bader.
The girl you were talking about.
Really?
Cloris.
Cloris still around?
Oh, okay.
Sorry about
like
that.
it. 93 years old.
Okay.
Wow.
Yeah, I'd say Ruth Bader is probably more important at this moment. 3 years ago, yeah, definitely Betty White.
As far as like cool factor goes with
Yeah.
the young kids,
Yeah.
they just can't get them. People can't get enough of Betty White. And she did the opening promo for the kickoff of the Thursday night football schedule. Mm-hmm. Kind of cool. I don't know if you saw it. They're celebrating 100 years of this game, 100 seasons.
You know, that's the thing about kicking off the NFL's 100th season. I don't think there's anybody out there who can possibly put that into words.
I can.
Betty White?
Well, B-Dog's talking now. 100 years of NFL history. The Packers and the Bears. There's only one thing more badass than this year's kickoff. And you're looking at her.
Well,
Trying too hard,
I was
is
hoping
this?
that was going to be better
Is
than
she
that.
trying too hard?
Yeah, I don't
Trying
know.
to fit that cool old lady thing?
Yeah, for sure.
B-Dog.
B-Dog.
Yeah, calling herself B-Dog.
Someone clearly wrote that for her. Yeah, I don't know. I like
Yeah,
Betty White, but
I
are you
do
starting to hear
too.
something
I do
in the
too,
voice, though?
but-
There's something in the voice starting to go. And 97, I don't,
Yeah, I
Say
mean, what are you going
anything,
to do?
Yeah.
I don't even... Dude, I know you... Are you going to... I guess you're excited, it sounds like. I don't even know if I'm going to watch the Lions game. Like...
Who they
Really?
got? Arizona.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kyler Murray?
I think I need to know... I think I need to see them... Hear that they won a game or two.
Well, it could be a while. If they don't win that game, I was glancing at their schedule.
Well, that
Pretty tough start.
they've got these NFL generators that play the games out. You know,
Yeah, I
blah,
saw
blah, blah.
that.
Did you see that?
0-11.
0-11 is what they got the Lions going.
And if they're
Oh,
gonna,
man.
and I know that's a generated thing, but if they start 0-3 or something, whatever, I'm done.
Oh, yeah, they probably
I won't
will,
watch a
but-
game then.
This first game is enormous if you look at
Yes.
their schedule. It really is big for them.
I don't know why people wouldn't give them a better shot to win that game. Kyler Murray, first game as a pro. I mean, do you
I
expect
mean, I
him
don't
to
know
go
anything
light?
about anything, but
Yeah,
I don't even know who that is. So
Oh,
to be
Jesus.
fair, but
won the Heisman last year.
okay, but but I just realized how it bums me out. I was talking about that when we were with Mongoloid Aaron Rodgers, which seems odd because he should be getting ready for his game apparently. But I was talking with him about that, and I was just like, I don't think I've ever been least excited for a Lions season coming up because we were all a few guys because there was a few other guys there that were with their married couple people situations, and everyone was like, "Oh, what do you think the wins?" And it was like 6-5. Nobody was sitting there. Well, maybe 9.
Yeah.
And so I'm just like, I don't think I've ever been less excited.
Yeah, sounds like you're kind of down on college too. Bless you, Jesus.
Sorry,
Gross. Don't do that again.
He's down on tackle ball.
I mean, well, you know what?
I get it.
I think what's happened with sports or with college football now, it's almost like a be careful what you wish for, and that was we want a playoff. Well, the playoffs only 4 teams, and so if you're not going to be at least winning in the Big Ten title game, and really even that, who cares? Honestly, if you're, it's set up
I
to the point
don't.
where if you're
I never did.
right. So if you're not in the playoff, then who gives a fuck? I don't care that you play the whatever bowl game.
Yeah.
And I don't even know how good or bad Michigan is because I don't fucking pay attention to I don't pay attention at all. I just start watching when I think they're good now. And so I don't know if they're good or not.
supposed to be good.
I've heard some things, I guess, that maybe some people think they're okay. But okay, who gives a fuck?
I know, dude. I'm with you. That's the beauty of like college hoops,
Right.
where you get that big giant tournament at the end, where anybody can get hot and make a run and make it interesting. Where with football, yeah, the 14 playoff is
Well,
a
me and Jay
fucking bummer.
Jay talks about it. Like college basketball season is so great because you can play some games at the beginning, like Michigan State will do, and you can lose, and you can go through the regular season, and there can be ups and downs, but you're still building momentum, and you're still trying to get a better seed.
Not obsessed with the
Right,
ranking.
right.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
football, man. I mean, it's like I said, be careful what you wish for because now that there's a definitive champion, I'm just kind of like, well, if you're not in the playoff, who gives a fuck?
Yeah. No, I'm right there with
But
you.
I- but I
Whenever they
like-
talked about how many Big Ten titles, I'm like, yeah, so cares.
I know.
I
I
know
mean-
you guys that went to the school appreciate those more.
Yeah.
Like you care about Big Ten titles.
Yeah, Rose Bowl's a big deal.
Yeah. I mean, just in general, like the basketball team.
Oh, yeah,
they
yeah.
won the Big Ten.
Yep.
Like, okay.
I mean, I want to. I don't.
It's
maybe,
just never mattered to me.
I'll see if I go to a game. I know if I go to a game because I love going to games at Michigan Stadium. I do the tailgating, the song and yada yada. If I go, I'll have a fun time. But if I don't know how much I'll see how much I watch. I have a better chance of watching Michigan than the Lions, only because I have so little faith in the Lions and I have so much anger towards the Lions. I don't have that as much towards
Yeah.
Michigan per se
Well,
because it's college.
yeah, no, I hear you. It's hard for me to get excited for any of these games right now. It seems like there's a flag on every play and a fucking injury on every play, and it's just,
I've given you guys the solution.
I know. I'm not ready for the
I
sweatshop
want the running
sports
clock
stuff,
or
dude.
whatever you're talking about at one
Premier
point or
League,
something.
bitches. Premier League. It's beautiful. Isis, I gave you a team.
I know.
I assigned you
When does that
Chelsea.
start? When does that start?
It started, man. We're like in week 4.
damn it.
I assigned you a team
early.
and everything.
Can you assign me a team that's good with
Yeah.
players whose names I can pronounce and or spell?
Let me think about this. I don't want to just give you the front running teams. I want to give you one that you can.
I forgot who you told me to watch already.
Chelsea.
Okay.
And then where do I watch it? Do I have to go down to some local bar that's playing it?
Yeah.
Some Irish pub?
You have the greatest cable system ever. I'm sure you have all the games.
See Justin Bieber making the...
I did.
press.
I couldn't get through more than 2 sentences of it, honestly.
Yeah, it's kind of hard.
It's like, what am I doing? This is Justin Bieber. Who cares? Click.
It's so funny. He makes an Instagram post, and I don't know why now. Probably he's reflecting a lot as he just got married or something. But, talking about celebrity and fame and what that does to a person and child actors or child entertainers. And in there, he admits to, I got into heavier drugs when I was 19, blah, blah. It's like all the headlines. Justin Bieber admits to heavy drug usage. Blah. It's like, is that the point you took away from what he was writing? Because that didn't seem
and
like...
even if I didn't listen to any of it, but even if they for them to say that as a headline, if he admitted it himself in a thing, like, you know what I mean? If he did an Instagram thing or something where he's like, "Hey, life was crazy. If you get famous, and yep, you know what? I can say now that I was doing some drugs when I was 19," and something. It's like, okay. I mean, it's not like you caught him.
I mean, none of us tracked closely the life and career of Justin Bieber, but I think we all assumed a few years back he was pretty heavily into drugs.
I definitely assumed that when he pissed in the plant at like SNL or whatever that was. Remember that? And some of that,
vaguely, yeah.
and that egg throwing shit or whatever he was doing, and
yeah. Well, he went on to say, and I'll read some of it to you. It's not bad. It's hard to get out of bed in the morning with the right attitude when you are overwhelmed with your life, your past, job, responsibilities, family, finances, relationships. When it feels like there's trouble after trouble after trouble. You start foreseeing the day through lenses of dread and anticipate another bad day. Sometimes it can even get to a point where you don't even want to live anymore, where you feel like it's never going to change. I could fully sympathize with you. I think he means empathize, but cut him some slack. You see, I have a lot of money. Wow.
oh,
Clothes, cars, accolades, achievements, awards, and I was still unfulfilled. Have you noticed the stats on child stars and the outcome of their lives? There's an insane pressure and responsibility put on a child whose brain, emotions, frontal lobes aren't developed yet. No rationality, defiant, rebellious, things all of us have to go through. But when you add the pressure of stardom, it does something to you that is quite unexplainable. You see, I didn't grow up in a stable home. As my talent progressed and I became ultra successful, it happened within the strand of 2 years. Think about that. This kid in his fucking bedroom playing the guitar,
Some of the drums, and didn't Usher discover that dude?
I think so,
yeah, I think so, yeah.
My whole world was flipped on its head. I went from a 13-year-old boy from a small town to being praised left and right by the world, with millions saying how much they loved me and how great I was. Humility comes with age. You hear these things enough as a young boy, you actually start believing it. Everyone did everything for me, so I never even learned the fundamentals of responsibility. So by this point, I was 18 with no skills in the real world, with millions of dollars and access to whatever I wanted. By 20, I made every bad decision you could have thought of and went from one of the most loved and adored people in the world to the most ridiculed, judged, and hated person in the world. Being on stage, according to studies, is a bigger dopamine rush than almost any other activity. So these massive ups and downs on their own are very hard to manage. I started doing pretty heavy drugs at 19 and abused all of my relationships, blah, blah, blah. So anyways, I don't know what the point is to that, Justin, or what we're supposed to do with that.
Isn't he super religious now too, or
is he?
I think so.
I
think
think
he's
he
member
did.
of
He
one
did.
of these
Yeah, he
mega
did make
churches.
some. You're right. I think something came out where he
Really?
decided he was going to be religious. Right. I don't know. Yes, I think you're right. I don't. Yeah,
have
you're
no
right. I don't know
idea.
what we're supposed to do with that. I mean, I guess.
It's an age-old
right.
story.
Yeah.
We all know it. I mean, there's no way you can't be a child star like Justin Bieber was. He's from Canada, right? And doing a couple YouTube videos, next thing you know, you're globally touring the world, one of the biggest stars on the planet, if not the biggest for a while there. I mean, that's got to fuck you up bad.
Yeah. So why the post today, though? What generated this? What's going on with
Don't
Biebs?
know. Is this a cry for help? Is Biebs saying something to us? I don't know. Maybe there's like a hashtag in here that will explain it all. all this on
The punchline.
I'd still like to
Hashtag.
but I'd want to ask him. Okay, he says all that, but would he not? Would he rather not have the millions and stuff? I mean, he can fix kind of some of those problems in his life now. He could just back off, which I think he kind of has. But
Yeah.
so I'm just like, would he still rather
Well-
not have them though? Like the money?
Yeah, what's Biebs saying? What's he really saying here?
I don't know. I think he's saying I'm an awesome person now. I didn't used to be, but I am now. And you're right about the God. All this to say, even when the odds are against you, keep fighting. Jesus loves you. Be kind today. Be bold
go.
today and love people
There you go.
today. Not by your standards, but by God's perfect, unflailing
See?
love.
Just be generally nice, is what he's saying.
Yeah, don't be a dick to people. Just generally be nice. But yeah, I don't know what the point is to that. Maybe he
Wasn't
just
on
woke
the
up.
anniversary of some big, SNL
Show
pissing
he did,
incident? Or,
yeah.
No? Nothing like that?
I don't
Just
think so.
Out of nowhere, huh?
I don't know where. Yeah.
Thank you for the wisdom, Beebs.
Thanks. Yeah.
Hey, does your money work as hard as you do? You will spend upwards of 45 years working to support your lifestyle, provide for your family, and set aside money for retirement. Let Mark Leibovitz at LPL Financial help to make sure your money is working as hard as you are. Call him today. Tell him you're a friend of the show for a no-cost, no-obligation consultation. Call 248-626-2000 and ask for our friend Mark.
Securities and advisory services offered through LPL Financial, a registered investment advisor. Member FINRA SIPC.
Oh boy, Starbucks at it again. Muslim man is weighing a lawsuit there after Starbucks.
I don't believe
Starbucks.
it. I don't believe it.
Well-
Starbucks is so damn woke.
I know they are, right? I mean, they shut down their stores last year. Remember? So we could
For
all go
wokeness
through.
training?
Yeah, like sensitivity or wokeness training.
Yeah.
Something like that. Yeah. So this is in the same area as that last incident too. Where
Philly?
the two black guys were they were asked to leave. They were getting there for a meeting or something. The manager that went viral. Remember? I think those guys own Starbucks now.
Yeah.
I think they were.
They just showed up and they hadn't bought anything. I think they were using the bathroom, and allegedly the manager was like, "Hey, fellas,
Yeah. Get out of here.
stop loitering in the store. Gotta
Oh,
buy
it's-
something."
We're just waiting for a friend who's
Became a
white.
Huge racial incident, and as you
Yeah.
say, led to wokeness training.
It did, where they shut down like 1,500 stores or something, and I think you were affected by that day.
I was, dude. I remember pulling up to get my green matcha tea.
Yep, and you weren't able to.
I wasn't able to. I was very frustrated by that.
Yeah. Well, they this time a guy came in, a Muslim, and he's Muslimed up proper. He's in full garb.
Can't mistake him for
No.
anything but.
He says, so they do that name thing. They got to write your name on the cup. Boy,
Here we go.
Has the name writing on cups gotten them in more trouble?
And I don't see really.
I don't ever get why it's needed.
Yeah, there's
I've
usually
never,
like you do the one in order, right? You
Yeah.
know, if you're in front of me, Mike's gets done before Jay's.
Well,
Yeah.
can't you just do
and
a
Mike
number, by the
reaches
way?
over and grabs his cup and leaves, and Jay reaches over and
Every other fast food chain just does order number 242.
Well,
order,
Mike, it's less personable.
It is.
I know,
it's
but
way
it's,
more
like, but it's
personal
not
the way
at
they're
every
trying to do
Starbucks
it.
either, though. Or maybe they're just lazy at some and don't do it all the time.
It's a way
but
for the baristas to get to know the community members, Mike.
That's true. That's true. When you've got, it works as long as you can remember what you ordered a few steps back, right? I mean, that's the only time the name on the cup would come into play is if it was like,
Oh,
I forgot what I ordered. They're like, luckily for you, Jay, we wrote your name on this thing. Here's what you got. It's like, oh,
Thank God.
I would have never recalled that. Thank God you wrote my name on that cup. Well, Muslim man, Aziz is his name.
Okay, so I'm asked to write Aziz. Is this where it goes Ari?
This is where we go, Ari.
A-Z-I-Z. Aziz.
Yes, Aziz.
Huh?
Very good.
Boom.
Well, no, he gets his drink. He doesn't even notice it right away. He gets to the bank. He's going through some receipts. And
They write
realizes,
towel head or something?
no, it says ISIS
Oh, no.
on his cup. And
No
he
one from
is-
Starbucks would dare. Would they?
No. I mean,
ISIS. It's typed in there. It's printed on the damn thing. It's typed. Oh,
ISIS.
my God, they did it.
yeah, I was shocked. I was shocked and angry. I felt it was discrimination. So the incident happened in the same city where the Starbucks manager last year called the cops on the two black guys.
Wait, what did he get? A Grande Nitro? What's CB with SC?
I don't know.
3 pumps vanilla in a venti cup. I hate how they've made up their own sizes.
Oh, yeah, I don't
God
play
damn you
along.
to hell. No, me either.
Ever. I'll have a
small?
large. Yep. And they don't question me. They know I'm serious when I order there. And it's like, yeah, I'll have the large because I'm not going to say venti. And no one gives me shit for that, by the way.
He had three items. I wonder what his other one said.
1 of 3, yeah. So what do they tape it onto that cup?
Yeah, that's how
So-
it works, right? Get a little sticker on there.
Yeah. I don't order from there very often.
Me
so.
either. It's very rare.
As for last time we had the racial bias profiling camp that we all had to go to learn how to not be dicks to each other. As for the latest incident, Starbucks has offered a different response. After investigating, we don't believe this was a case of discrimination or profiling. The customer approached and provided the name Aziz. The barista mistakenly spelled it incorrectly. We have connected with Mr. Johnson and apologized for this regrettable mistake.
That is unfortunate, isn't it?
Aziz.
If it's true, yeah.
I
you
could
see
see
Isis
oh
doing
my
that?
God, and not meaning to,
I would make them. No, I would make them spell it for me. Honestly, in
Aziz?
this, I would make them spell it for me. Because in this day and age, man, I'm not messing that shit up.
Yeah.
I would
Well,
not just guess on that name.
I don't know.
I'm just saying that I wouldn't.
Johnson may file a lawsuit. I mean, what else can we do? I mean, the damages.
Yeah.
I mean, is this $1 million
Hate
suit?
crime.
Is it $1 million? He expected them to be more careful after what happened last year, and since they're not, and letting ISIS mistakes like this go through, I feel like they're not taking it seriously as it should be. And so, what's the man to do?
God, while there are total knucklehead fast food workers, and I do put baristas into sort of that fast food type deal.
Yeah.
There's something about Starbucks, man. I find it hard to believe anyone at Starbucks would intentionally do that. I really do.
Yeah, I do too. Not to mention Aziz says he
How does it spell?
He's
How does
been-
he spell his name?
AZIZ.
Okay,
AZIZ,
AZIZ.
yeah.
Okay.
he's been to the Starbucks countless times over the last 25 years. I'm like, okay, so seems like there's a pretty good track record there of them not, profiling use and Aziz, ISIS. Unfortunate, yeah, but
very
if he can't
unfortunate.
chuckle at that, Mr. Aziz, you should be able to chuckle at that. And you're like, I get it.
Not when you're opportunistic.
Yeah. So I don't know what kind of suit. I mean, he's going to have.
Is he able to sleep?
I don't know if he's been able to sleep lately.
Dude, I don't know what I was listening to on the way in, but it's like, that is just a thing now. Everything you read now when there's quote unquote, I remember what it was. I was hearing some story about, I guess, in Australia where neighbors are suing their neighbors because they're cooking meat in the backyard and they don't like the smell of meat.
That's a nuisance,
or
man.
something. And so, but the point is, like, the sleepless came into it eventually. Like, I haven't been able to sleep. I've been so irritated.
Yeah.
It's like,
Yeah. Well, you got to show damages, right, Jay? Isn't that the key?
That's it. You
And
got to
so-
have a legal claim and you have to show damages.
So
prove
what?
that you can't been sleep? Can you prove you have had sleepless nights?
That's why I suggested last week. It's the perfect one because nobody,
What does that even
nobody
mean?
can disprove it.
What if I've been having nightmares since then?
Oh my God, for sure.
and I'm seeing
Jeez.
ISIS. I'm seeing ISIS beheading videos in my sleep now. Ever since that, I can't sleep, and when I can,
Then you go get a psych.
You're having
Go,
sympathy pains or something over there, or what?
no. I mean, it just I'm trying to think how we maximize my take.
go buy and pay for a psych who will say you have PTSD. You're golden.
Really,
So dumb.
I wish we had a chart though that said like he's had a week of sleepless nights. That's worth $25K. You know what I mean? Like I just don't know what the.
He pooped on the hotel floor, kicked the turd, and got yelled at. That's
Yep.
worth.
I just don't. I'm not even gonna go there. But
You tried to set that bomb off. Oh, easy.
just sleepless. The point of throwing out sleepless nights. I just can't get over it.
Yep, it's tough. When you can't
It's just
sleep.
boilerplate, man. You put in all that shit,
Right.
Emotional distress and
Sleepless nights.
It seems like they're laying that on.
There must
thick.
just be-
like
that's what I'm
they've
saying,
got the card with the bullet points, and they know. And you saw this all the time with your job, Jay. But it's so funny that how loaded these things look. They're all complaining about the same emotional distress and can't concentrate at work. I'm being a dick to my family now.
I'm just like, look at. I know that I live a life that's been not the
Pan-like?
hardest at times, but I some of these things I just can't believe it. I cannot believe that they've gotten to a point where you're having sleepless nights over this. Like you're in your bed tossing and turning all night.
Well,
because-
we're just a litigious
Yeah.
country. You know what I mean? Like that's what we do. And so if a guy gets
This is
ISIS written
Australia,
on
the
his
one I
cup,
was talking
and
about.
Starbucks made their bed. They settled with these other guys where apparently there was a lot of contrary evidence to what they were saying happened.
Yeah.
And they bent over backwards and they fell in the
Now
story.
they
Oh
just
my
have to,
God.
you know.
So
Yeah.
now this is what happens.
Yeah.
This is what happens when you're a pussy company and settle like crazy.
yeah, well, when you want to, be overly woke, like that's their goal is to be the wokest company
Yeah,
in
and
America.
Aziz knows that. Aziz knows this is a PR nightmare for them.
Yeah, shit. Poor guy.
I'd like to know how much he
Shitty
gets.
start.
And I'd love to know in the end if he gets money
Well, those,
and how
those
much.
those black dudes at the Philly store last year, I want to say
They only took $1 if you remember.
No, but weren't they going into a meeting with a guy about doing real estate?
Starbucks set up some like entrepreneurial fund for
Yes.
them. Yeah, it was insane.
Like all of a sudden they're buying and flipping homes now because of that one stupid incident at Starbucks. Have a foundation for them. It's
Not to mention the GoFundMe's that I'm
Yeah.
sure were set up and
Sure,
funded fully.
oh, it's just unbelievable. What are we doing to ourselves? It's not very nice, Jay.
It's not
Not-
just be generally nice.
Just be generally nice. Let's assume that someone's not out to just call you a a member of ISIS. Can you see, Mr. Aziz, how that possibly could have happened? Some dumb barrister doesn't know how to spell Aziz in the middle of a rush. Just
Right, that's another thing. We don't even if we we don't know how many people were there. You know what I mean? What you're right. Like in reality, if it's one of those times where dude the drive-through's backed up and there's 5 people in line, and come on, dude, like you
Yeah.
just don't know, dude.
yeah, some places have that shit down though, man.
I know.
Not
Starbucks is pretty good. Oh, I guess not though.
well, this one. I'll show you this video, but no, you know who does it well with the drive-through, keeping the drive-through line moving is Chick-fil-A.
Really?
Like, oh my god, like
There's always a massive line.
Huge.
You know, and they do move them through.
But they like the one in California, like they'll have 3 stops outside. Like there's someone outside taking your order, putting it in, and then this stop up here you can pay for it. Like if there's not a line, you would just go right to the window. But like they're making sure you're paid up and you've got correct change handed back to you before you even get to the window.
They move you through at the counter really quick too.
Do they?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Really good service.
Yeah, always have. Did you see the Texas Whataburger?
Oh, the rat. Yeah.
It's a mouse. Are we getting-
Yeah. I'm sorry.
No. Everyone keeps calling it a rat. And I'm like, I think you're just willy-nilly throwing the term rat around.
Yeah. There's a huge difference. There is.
This is more Mesian, right?
It was definitely a mouse. Rats are enormous compared to mice. So
Yeah.
there is a difference. But is there, when you're talking about it jumping into the fryer and then you serving food out of that fryer, is there a
Yeah.
difference?
No, not really. Go ahead and play some of that E. How creepy would this be to be in a restaurant, you're waiting in line for your food?
So here's said mouse. Here he comes. He's on the counter. Look at that. He's a cute. He is a cute.
Where's the volume, E?
He's leaning over the side. Oh no. He's on that stainless steel counter. You know, they can be slippery.
Sure.
I'm surprised he didn't fall off the edge there.
I don't know where the volume is because people are going, oh man, I ain't paying for that. I'm paying for that.
Where'd he go? Where'd our friend?
And it turns out the chick that comes up here and is trying to like catch this little dude doesn't even work there. She just like walks behind the counter and the thing fucking jumps into the fryer.
Trying to get away from the chick.
Yeah.
Yeah, who's the helpful citizen? Chick just walks behind there, starts moving
help
stuff.
yourself.
Like, yeah, this is how I do it at home. And there he goes. Oh, no. Oh,
No, get out of there, sir. Get out of there,
not in
sir.
there.
Oops.
He leapt. He leapt to his death. Hands to the head. Manager goes hands to that. Is that a manager or just another helpful
I think that's
citizen?
just another guy too, because they're in cargo shorts and stuff.
Yeah,
Oh my
none of those
gosh.
look like proper employees
No.
at all.
Is he wearing a bracelet necklace that people used to wear like in '97, 2000?
Is it one of those coral necklaces?
Yeah.
Let me see. Yeah, those are
Oh,
happening
wow.
again. Ian.
Are they really?
Yeah,
Those are coming
absolutely.
back.
Shit. Okay.
Really?
Yeah, he leapt right into that fryer.
How long do you think it would take to fry him up, like kill him? Is that an instant death?
What I know about fryers, yes.
I mean, what would happen if you put your finger in there? You think the mouse felt anything? That's what I want to know. At Whataburger, cleanliness. So they're like, how do we get the mouse out of the thing? One guy in the background goes, I don't know, man. I work at Domino's.
Okay.
Thanks for that input, pal. We needed it.
That helps nothing.
At Whataburger, cleanliness and food safety are our top priorities.
Seems like they have the traditional basket system that goes down into the oil.
Yeah.
That would seem to be helpful to extricate such
Yeah.
said mouse.
Yeah.
Yeah, wouldn't you? Well,
Scoop them out of there.
yeah, get him out of there would be easy, but all that oil's ruined, right?
Well,
I don't. I mean, I really. People aren't going to be able. You know what? People are. You're going to Whataburger. I loved it. I've only been there once when I was lucky enough to go to Texas a few years ago. But like, you know, it's fast
FDA
food.
standards allow for a certain amount
Right.
of rat
Are
hairs,
you
bottom
really
line.
going to notice
yeah.
it in your fries? You know what I mean?
Nope.
Really?
You won't.
No, exactly.
So, do you think they can just get away with emptying out the first basket of grease? Because those are sectioned off. Do we need to empty out all of them? Like, it only dove into the one
Yeah,
spot.
and it's only one mouse, right? There's only
Right.
one mouse in that place, for sure. Only one.
Well, that's all the evidence we have at this
Yeah.
point. Is there was one mouse on a suicide mission, and but
I
yeah,
think the thing is, the reality is, dude. I'm not saying that meese jump into these fryers or things like that, like that all the time. But dude, you're going to fast food. What do you think it's like back there? You ever look back in the
Yeah.
Taco Bell or the Burger King?
Yeah.
It's not exactly like, you know, they're
it's
wearing
not 5-star.
They're not wearing like, yeah, exactly.
I went to Taco Bell the other night. It was kind of late, and I pull in, and they're 24 hours, and they're like, I'm like, where is everyone? It's like 11:30 or something at night. Lady's like, yeah, we closed and shit right now. Can you come back in like 20 minutes? I was like, no, why would I? I'm here now. You guys are 24 hours. Yeah, man, we ran out of the plastic gloves and shit, so we can't touch a damn thing. So if you can come back in like 15, 20 minutes, we got an associate out trying to find us some more gloves.
Now, how much is that concern for cleanliness versus fuck yeah, we're out of gloves, not allowed to work?
Hell yeah, of course
Exactly,
that's what
dude.
it is.
Give me a break.
I
And
would've-
honestly,
I
would
would
have
have
said,
signed a disclaimer to give them permission. Just fucking roll the damn burrito up.
right. I would have absolutely just said, and
Yeah.
I'm at Taco Bell at 11:40 at night.
Right.
Just
Yeah.
make the fucking tacos still.
In this instance, for Whataburger, their statement goes on. We closed the restaurant out of an abundance of caution and notified pest control. The entire restaurant has since been cleaned and sanitized.
Sure.
We addressed this situation as quickly as possible, reinforcing procedures with our family members. No, those are in no way your family members.
Family members.
No. Anybody working at Whataburger's register or on fry detail or burgers does not consider
Stepped it up
themselves
from team members to family members.
How
Family
hokey
members.
is that,
Oh, I know,
right?
it's so
Oh,
dumb,
We're
dude.
all just one big family.
It's the worst.
Yeah,
It's
reinforcing
so dumb.
procedures with our family members. Ugh.
You sit at jobs like that, dude, and they try to once a year, usually too, you'll go through some bullshit where they'll have like a big meeting and we go through the core values again and we all talk about how we all got to remember. I mean, even from me as the top to the person sweeping the
Sure.
floors, we got to help each other out. And
It's like,
really?
hey, Dad, how about giving me a 3-cent raise?
Yeah, exactly.
I haven't
Stop
seen you pull out
spending all
a
this
mop
fu-
anytime soon.
Stop spending all this damn money on training to, all your employees. Just give it to us. How about that? While we'll continue to be very diligent, it's important to know there was no history of this type of incident at this unit, and there is no ongoing issue. I mean, at that household?
By the way, also, another
Family
thing that
household?
happens in all of those is like some consultant, obviously, who's tricked companies into saying that these things work and make everyone feel close. They have to have a new acronym every year. Every year because they have to switch it up.
Acronyms.
And it's acronyms. Yeah, it has to just be like team, and it's like total blah blah blah, and A is for whatever. But it's like there has to be a new one every year because someone had to get paid
Sure.
to do that and to tell them like, oh yeah, this will get everyone on board, and you guys are just going to be such a
We'll see productivity through the roof.
right.
Yeah, we had that when Drew was out. We had that consultant that they flew in for us. Were you around for that? Dude from L.A.
No.
Fly in. He would like type up these long notes. I've been listening to the show. It sounds great. I think you guys should focus on this. This is working really great at our Kansas City rock station. You guys might want to try this. It's like War of the Roses and stupid things like that. But this dude would come in with torn jeans, bleached blonde hair, a little too old to be having any of that shit going on, and sit down like he's the cat's ass. It's like, I can't believe they are paying this clown to fucking tell us how to do a morning show. Hilarious.
Yeah.
But consultants.
I know. We used to have meetings that when I worked at Meyer, like the things where they tell you like, oh, if you please, I don't think they do it anymore because I haven't had them ask me in a while. But if you hey, if you fill out our survey, you have a chance to win a shopping spree or some bullshit. And they would ask you to be like, how did you find everything? 1 being, no, I didn't find anything helpful, and 5 being, it was amazing. And it was literally like, though, if you didn't give 5, it was seen as a low mark on all of us. So they would do the numbers at the end, and we would have meetings every night, and they'd be like, well, throughout the day we had 10 threes, and
It's like, hey, 3's pretty damn good.
that's what I'm
man.
saying.
Yeah.
I'm like, if a normal person, most people don't give 5s. You know what I mean? Most people reserve 5s. If you're going to be the person that's filling out the Meyer thing, you're going to give 4s. And
3s and 4s.
Or 3s
You're
and
right.
4s. And,
Yep.
And so but they would literally sit there and tell us 3s and 4s aren't even, they hurt us. we need 5s. And they're like, you need to tell the customers that we need 5. I'm like, I don't give a fuck. I'm not telling the customers when they fill these out that we need 5s.
So then you're trying to game the system, So then what does it mean?
Right.
Something
Well, they'll
like
ask
at
you
the
if you wouldn't mind going and taking this survey, if you could rate me 5 stars as a blah, blah, blah. I'm like, who is the guy that's taking the receipt at Taco Bell or from Meijer?
Oh, I know.
And going, I'll get right on there when I get home. I'll log into this. I'll sign up with an account so I can give you a nice rating.
I'll tell you who the guy is.
I don't hate him, but I just don't think he's that good.
Will he do that?
You're kidding.
I'm sure.
Totally see him
He's
doing
the
that.
guy. He's the guy.
Why? To get $3 off his next order?
Dude, he drives across town to get 3 cents off paper toweling.
Yeah, he's an insane person.
He is.
Yep.
He's old, looking for a deal.
I don't know if you watched that one, Jay, but there was a Black Mirror episode that was kind of like that, where it was like, it was in the future, and how we all have like Instagram or things like that. So in every interaction in your day, they like literally, if Jay says hello to me and I say, hello, Jay.
You're ranking me.
You rank everything. So if I'm not, so it's trying to get people to be like, oh, how was your day? And really care. Because if your rankings aren't high enough, you can't like get deals. Like if you go to the airport, you don't get your rental car.
I remember this
soon
episode.
enough
I saw that one.
Yeah, and it was like, it didn't seem to me like something that was that far off on some level. Like,
oh yeah,
I mean, it was just like, and everyone just sitting here being, oh, yes, very good, very good.
Everything's great. Everything's great.
And the minute someone's mad, we're like, and then you'd walk away and you see that you got a 3 out of 5, and you're like, fuck.
Was that a chick going to a wedding or something?
Yeah, I think so.
Is that
It's
what
like
the plot
nothing
line
worked out in the end because she ended up getting
ratings.
searched more because she got mad at the cab driver or something. But and everything just started going downhill.
That's what's great about that show. It's not that far off from
No.
reality.
Yeah.
No, for sure.
How many seasons do they have of that?
I don't know. The last one they had was kind of the one with Miley Cyrus in it. They only did like 3 episodes, and it was, I don't know, kind of to me. But
I didn't even
whatever.
know. I didn't know.
Like they made this big deal, like, oh, new season, and it was only like, is that like 3 episodes or 4, and Miley Cyrus is in one of them, and it was.
Yeah, that does not compel me to watch that episode.
No. Speaking of Miley Cyrus, she kind of fucked up my weekend. Her and Liam Hemsworth are getting divorced now, and she's hooked up with a chick.
Right.
Now she's hooked up with.
Oh, why not? Of course.
Brody Jenner's ex, Caitlyn. Not
Sure.
his dad, but his wife.
Had Linda Thompson followed through with her Thanksgiving meal offer, we'd have met her.
Absolutely, we would have. But yeah, Liam was supposed to. I went to they had a private screening for Killer Man over the weekend, and
What is Killer Man?
It's a movie coming out. Liam Hemsworth's big, supposed to be blockbuster movie or whatever, and he wasn't here. He was supposed to be here. He was supposed to be at the movie premiere thing, but he's too upset after losing out with Miley Cyrus.
To who again?
Liam Hemsworth.
No, who's Miley Cyrus?
Who is she with now?
Yeah.
She's with Brody Jenner's ex, Caitlyn. Yes.
Okay.
His wife was named Caitlyn, and his dad was named Caitlyn. So not to be confused.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
When are some of these people going to be out of our lives? How is some of this stuff? It's like, why are they still here?
Yeah. Well, that's a good one. Brody Jenner. I mean, did you watch any of The Hills, the new season?
Oh no, I didn't. I forgot there was a new season. I
Yeah,
don't
it's like
care
10
enough,
years
but-
after the fact or something, The Hills. But, dude, it's like they got a shit ton of coverage on the Malibu fires. Because he stayed home with a hose on his roof and battled the fucking fire himself.
That's hilarious.
And saved his house.
Brody.
Yeah. He seems like a genuinely decent dude, though. I kind of like him. You know, I don't know how you
Yeah,
guys feel,
he's
but-
good enough.
Yeah.
He was one of the less annoying ones for sure.
Another creep on a subway. Did you hear about this guy? So it's
Which one?
2 in the morning. This is a Subway, New York. Guy's jacking off, obviously.
Of course.
Standing up. Chick notices, and he's rocked.
see what you're doing.
That fucking video. And so this guy, she tries to get away from him, runs to the other side of the J train that she was on. And
As one would do.
he starts to jack it while standing next to her. She's 23. It's 2 in the morning. How freaked out would you be to be a chick, in those circumstances?
Just him and her on the J train.
Yep. Well, so then she walks to the other side of the train. He follows her and begins to take a whiz on her.
Dude.
Yeah. As if jacking off wasn't enough.
I forgot about this, but long time ago, back in the day when we used to go on these trips to like Washington and stuff, I was with my dad on the subway. I'd gone with the Montessori that I was at the time, so we only went with like 8 people, and me and my dad went off our own to Georgetown to go out to dinner or something. And we're coming back, and it was just us and this homeless dude us and this dude. I assume a homeless dude on the train, and we're just sitting there. And my dad's just like, okay, just, blah, blah, blah. No, he's going to hear that zip, and then just water trickling down the floor, and my dad just like, okay.
Count your blessings, Jesus. Count your blessings. This is how some live.
In fact, when I say that, I will say I also remember the first time I did ever see a homeless guy. That was the same thing. We went to Washington a lot as a kid for some reason. But my dad one time drove our pop-up camper all the way to Washington, D.C. So we were camping at the KOA or whatever, and we're in the town, and I see, a homeless guy sleeping on a bench. I'm like, Dad, why is that guy sleeping over there? It's just like, Kung Boy.
Yeah.
You see a homeless guy for the first
Jesus.
in your life. But that zip, I'll always remember that zip. That just, it was so
The telltale
just
zip.
And,
Yep.
and water just coming down the fucking thing. It's like, okay.
It wasn't water.
Well, yeah, you're right. I know.
You give the guy credit a little bit. He was
He
able
didn't
to
do it in his pants, I guess.
He was able to muster just enough give a shitness to unzip,
I guess you're
pull
right.
the tip out.
Right,
you know?
I guess.
That's as far as that guy cared. Was just he didn't care to be quiet about it.
No.
Yeah, the lack of shame in that community is rather remarkable.
And this guy was just jerking off, and then
That must have been one arcing whiz. When if he was hard at the time, right? Wouldn't he get one?
God.
Send like a fucking rainbow arc over.
We saw this, a week or two ago, right? A cop, off-duty cop, pissed on a little girl walking home from school.
Yes.
Huh?
Yeah, the 12-year-old.
Of course, he filmed it.
Yes,
We
himself.
aren't lucky enough to have video of this one.
No, we've got a still picture. By the way, any one of you that knows who this gentleman might be can call Crime Stoppers.
This gentleman.
577 tips, 800-577-TIPS. They want to track this son of a bitch down. You're looking for a man who's described as black, about 25 to 35, 5'8", 5'10",
Okay.
wearing a black T-shirt with a white logo. Shit. He has black pants and a black baseball hat.
We'll find him in no time.
Yeah, that should be easy to track down. When she jumped off the train, by the way, after getting whizzed on and all that, he attacked her and jumped on her back.
God, man.
Yeah, I know, man. I was looking at this story about this Indian man, Dot, not Feather, and he has been attacked every day for 3 years by crows bent on vengeance after one of their chicks died in his hands. Shiva Kawat from India said I tried to save the baby bird and it got stuck in iron netting, but the chick didn't make it. So he's been ever since that day, he's been repeatedly attacked. They swoop in and peck his head. They hold him 100% responsible.
100%.
Yeah. 3 years is going on. He has to carry a stick around with him now just to shoo him away. Yeah, he doesn't want to hurt or anger the birds anymore. Look, he understands they've got a beef with him. The stick is only to shoo the birds. If only I could explain to them. I was only trying to help. Poor things. They believe I killed the chick.
Has he tried explaining it to him?
I don't know.
I would try that at this point. 3 years of this?
3 years of this. And you know what? The villagers are like highly entertained by this.
They get out and watch.
So they just like, come on, he's coming out of his house soon. I know
God.
it. These crows just. So the crows attack him like they're show fighter jets diving towards a target in movies. So yeah, do we have any video at all then?
kinda. I think there's.
They could do a better job.
Get him ducking down.
God, is there
Just trying to walk along the side of the street. What is it? It has like a rag or something.
music to this, but it's not like audio really. But.
Maybe it's a sweet head of hair, you know?
Yeah.
Look at that lid. That's some nice thick locks. Are they coming in? He's just walking along the side of a dirty ass gross road.
Yeah.
Motorbikes
Boy,
going
that's
by.
a popular motorbike style in those areas.
There goes it. Is that a crow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we can't get. I don't don't understand
Yeah,
any
they
of these
should-
photos, but it's like,
We have stills. Oh,
well, he's holding a stick.
I don't think he's lying.
Well, if the villagers are all waiting to watch him, I would assume that he's not lying.
yeah.
Yeah.
All the villagers wouldn't lie, would they?
Right. Oh, I guess this one kind of, right at the very beginning, you kind of see.
Yeah, kind of swoops down. An aerial attack.
Yep. So he says he's been injured multiple times on his head. Villagers, however, are entertained by the bird's fixation and often watch for him to leave the home. In 2011, researchers in Seattle found that crows hold grudges and remember human faces. Did you know that?
I did not.
They caught and banded crows for 5 years as part of a study, but even after a year of not seeing the human who caught them, the birds could recognize him. The crows would swoop and dive bomb in mobs at the person they remembered, causing them discomfort.
Man, don't piss off a crow.
Yeah, right?
Or just kill the whole gaggle, man. Or the murder. Don't they call him a
Right,
murder?
a murder.
Murder. A murder of crows.
Is that what they call it?
Get some bird shot out.
Yeah, that'll
Take
do
them
it.
down to Chinatown.
Oh, yeah.
We do have some email, Mike.
How we doing for email, Jay?
If you'd like to write into the show, send us your thoughts to email at DetroitCast.com. Before we get to that, however, get a 2-pack of My Pillows Premiums
Yes.
for $69.98. That's only $34.99 per pillow. That's true. If you do the math, Jesus, that is true. It's the lowest price ever offered on podcast, radio, or TV. This offer is only available, of course, at MyPillow.com. Use promo code TDC for that discount. Got to use TDC. Tom writes in concerning OJ. It says super fag, homo fag, and faggoty fag, and then he tries to trademark faggoty fag. Can you TM faggoty fag? I don't think you can. I don't think that's Tom's. I think I've heard that.
Faggoty fag?
Faggoty fag.
I don't
He
know
tried
that
to
I've ever...
TM it. Put
What?
a TM after fag. You can't just TM what you
Unless
want.
he has TM'd it.
He has not. Your recent juice discussions hit home when I saw a Bronco in the parking lot of the brewery my daughter manages, and then he provided a picture of the Bronco with juice as the Colorado plate. It's a white Bronco, 80s style Bronco with juice. It's perfect. Looks all white, mid-90s. Ford Bronco's going to be remembered for one thing and one thing only. If you fags ever make it out to Parker, Colorado, I'm buying the beers, says Tom. And then he says, kisses, kisses, hugs, 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 kisses, kisses.
Okay, thank you, Tom. Did you have a picture of the Bronco there?
Yeah, but it's going to take too long to pull up. A-Dub writes in, hey, gents, your story about the dance-off, the special needs kid versus the groom,
Yeah.
reminded me of something. Was at a charity event years ago, quite a few attendees that looked oddly similar to the kid in the dance-off. There was a lonely, downsed-up girl all by herself, not dancing with anyone. To be polite, I offered a dance and was immediately hit with a slow, drawn-out, no. I said, have a great night, and went about my business. I then went back to the table and was laughed at. Then I turned around. She was dancing with someone else, and he was black.
Whoa.
So they do have taste and a certain types like the rest of us. I don't remember the discussion about whether they have types or not.
I don't know about that, but
yeah, I don't...
Why wouldn't they? Right? I mean, they're a person. Why wouldn't they have a preference?
Yeah, do
Chick
they,
like
or-
black dudes.
But it could have been the black guy could have easily walked up to her first, and she went, no. And
True.
then danced with him. I mean, I think
Yeah, I could
to
have
get consistency
could have been by chance. Yeah,
out of that community is not like...
yeah. We need a deeper dive into
Yeah.
that before we make a call. John writes in Kevin O'Leary boat accident we talked about last week, where his wife was apparently driving and I guess launched over or through another boat.
Yeah, a bigger boat.
Yeah, boat maybe didn't have the lights on or something.
That's what they claim.
John says, before I moved to the Detroit area, I lived in the Buffalo area and worked in the body shop of a dealership repainting cars. My boss used to have a so-called fast boat, the Bandit, it was called. The Bandit. It would break all the time. He thought he was Burt Reynolds, I guess. I would hear stories of him roaring up and down the Niagara River from the weekend. He was such a bullshitter. We all would roll our eyes. Just weeks after I moved here, a story was relayed to me. My old boss had a bunch of guys from the shop on the boat late at night, again roaring up and down the river until they hit something. Chaos ensued as a couple guys went flying out of the boat. There were cries from my former coworkers screaming and yelling things like, "We hit someone!" Others argued it was a buoy, just a buoy. After gathering everyone up and getting back to the marina, he apparently got his boat loaded up and out of the water, essentially fleeing the scene. Some of my coworkers' injuries were so bad they went to the hospital. One needed to have his spleen removed. More things funneled my way over the weeks as to what had happened. Several months later, though, I was watching Cops, And I joke, seeing the episode was from Buffalo, hey, maybe I'll see someone I know. Sure enough, the episode focused on my former boss and how he ran 2 people over with his boat.
What?
It showed them fishing the 2 dead bodies out of the water, where you learn he ran one guy over with the propeller blade marks from bottom to the top of his back. The body was all stiff, and when they hiked the body up on the dock, the body held its limb position. So disturbing. They then find his boat, the Bandit, gayest font too, in the marina with marks all over the bottom. I believe that episode was never shown again. This was like 95. I can't find it anywhere. Whole thing went to trial, and it all came down to, were the lights on the boat that they hit? Sure enough, he was let off. I can't recall, but I think it was determined as to whether it was his conviction was not made, because it was determined the lights were not on the boat.
Yeah.
Good day, gents. John.
Boy, what, is it really that dark out there? If you don't have, like,
Yes.
on the water, your lights on?
Can be without the moonlight, without a full moon, righty?
For sure, yeah.
Yeah.
It just seems like you'd be cooking along and you'd be like, oh shit, you'd see something last minute. You wouldn't just plow
Yeah, last
into
minute.
something.
You try to turn a boat last minute, man.
Yeah.
You know?
Whip turns.
Bam!
Whip turns.
Yeah. Chris writes in.
Hello, Chris.
Jay, I hate to sound as if I'm piling on, but I hate to sound if I'm piling on, but the smoking on the trail grievance is bona fide as fuck. One of the worst things ever is smokers in the goddamn drive-through. So he's expanding it to the drive-through. I'm a firm believer, if you can smoke close enough to me that I can smell it, I should be able to fart in your face. Thank you for your time,
Well,
Chris.
there's nothing illegal about farting in someone's
That's a good
face.
fart in someone's face, righty?
Yeah, there's a good case of the pink eye like that, though.
NFL Bob writes in with a different feeling. Jay, when is your next path run? I got a nice 52 gauge cigar ready to burn and blow in your face, both going and coming gross down your prissy exercise path. Pussy and old man, NFL Bob.
Yep. All right. I'm with Bob on that
Eric
one.
kind of agrees with Bob. You, Jay, are a pussy and an old man. If you don't want to come in contact with other people and their habits, stay inside and don't come out.
That's what I do.
Thanking you in advance
Best way to do it.
for your prompt attention to this matter. And as always, God bless, Eric.
As always.
Yeah, my habit isn't offending some guy blowing carcinogens.
Sure, you do offensive shit to people all the time, too.
Nick writes in, Jay, Zach bested you. Big Easus is absolutely right. Jay, you should have acted like you didn't even notice when the kid spilled water down your leg. It was a no-win situation for you, and the only thing to do was not give them the satisfaction of knowing that they got your goat. If you had no reaction, they would have nothing to celebrate or talk about after the fact. That being said, maybe the only thing that would work is something very calmly spoken, like, it's not your fault, you're just as dumb as your dad. Or, no wonder your parents are embarrassed of you. Best story ever, Jay. Thanks for sharing. P.S. I Googled or Binged or DuckDuckGo'd and found this, and it is good. So this is advice. Apparently, he DuckDuckGo'd, what to do when someone's kid is being an asshole.
Yeah.
The answer was, if this is not your child and their behavior is not yours to change, then ignore the insult.
Oh, wow.
It only has power if you respond directly to the insult. Say something like, has someone lost a child? This one is crying out for attention. That'd be a great one.
That's fucking awesome.
Someone lost a child?
Is anyone missing a child?
Because this one is crying out for attention.
Badly. Attention seeking.
That'd be great. That should have been the answer, right?
Dude,
to
excuse
Zach.
me, is anyone missing a child?
An unruly one at that.
An unruly one seeking loads and loads of attention over here? Anyone?
Oh, my God.
Fucking human beings, man.
Kara writes in.
And no, you can't just stand there and take that
I think you can.
from that little shit.
I know.
No, you were assaulted, brother.
I know.
But that's how you get there. But again, I think my example was so dead on. When I would sit there, run around, and yell at people out the window, every once in a while you'd get some guy that would just keep walking, and I'd be like, fuck him! But the people that turned around and double-fingered or tried to run after the car a little bit, we just laughed hysterically.
But you're Monday morning quarterbacking this whole thing. Like, clearly that guy that you just referenced that just kept walking.
Right.
Something had happened before where he resolved, you know what? They're not going to get my goat. I'm not going to give them the
I
satisfaction.
mean, I do it enough that when I go
go.
running, because I have people once in a while yell at me when I would be on the roads, and I would just
Really? What
keep
do they
running.
say to you?
I don't even know. People weren't as the people that used to yell. The rare times I would hear someone yell at me, it would not be like things like I would say. You'd just be like, "Hey!" They'd just be trying to scare me or something. I used to say more things like fucking penises and shit like that, or whatever. Real
penises.
mature shit.
Yeah.
Kara writes in, I've learned that the Amish don't think technology is evil. This, of course, relates to our recent pancaking of the Amish buggy. Mm-hmm. We learned the mighty steed is okay. They simply try not to have to depend on anybody outside their community for their ability to survive, i.e. power companies. This is what Kara says. To illustrate, remember how helpless most people felt during the blackout of 2003. Not if you were Amish.
It's a good point.
It is a good point. The Amish are kind of set up for catastrophe, right?
Yeah.
They're better suited.
Sort of.
I mean, so are those
they're not getting anywhere
Brazilian
quick,
tribes
but-
that we don't even, they're headhunters. They're set up better.
Yeah.
Right? We're very reliant on things.
Oh, absolutely.
So the less reliant you are on things that could go away,
Yeah.
you're set up proper.
But can we get some taillights on their buggies or something?
No, I guess we can't.
A reflector?
It's the big orange triangle.
Yeah.
Suffices, I guess.
Yeah.
Dan writes in, not a penis pill email. Thank you for that subject line. That is helpful, by the way, calling through emails to see not a penis pill. On America's Got Talent, there is a Polish kid that plays a guitar. Mike, are you familiar?
I am.
I'm not educated at all on guitar playing, says Dan, so I can't tell if he is good or not. Can he hear? Dan, can you hear?
He's like the Russian kid we're going to talk to.
Gotcha. I'm curious if Mike has seen him and can tell me if he's skilled or not.
Yeah, I mean, he's not, in my opinion, he's not nearly as good as Alexander Misko, who we're going to have on. We've just been trying to line up schedules and get the sound and video linked up because it'd be pointless to just hear it over the phone. But he's basically playing 4 instruments at once.
Yeah.
Kind of slapping, dragging your nail. So they're unconventional chord playing that's going on. It's a lot of finger tapping and stuff. And so technically, could that guy sit down and just riff whatever chord wise? Probably, but I don't know. They're almost doing a totally unique take on the guitar though. This whole genre.
I thought it curious. I thought Dan's question was curious. Is he good or not?
Yeah, well, if you're thinking about just a normal guitarist, like, he's not one of those. So that's what he's seeing. But I'd say yes, he's a pretty talented kid.
Gotcha. And did I see that the Detroit Choir moved through?
They did.
Yeah, so we're in the final. Is that the deal?
I believe it's the
If they
semifinal.
win, does that mean the Detroit Choir is going to be performing in Vegas, or what happens with America's Got Talent? And if
They're
so,
not gonna win.
Right, I was going to say, and if they won, I know I don't watch the show or anything, but again, if the winning act is just a Vegas show, how old would that get?
Yeah,
just some kids doing a choir in Vegas.
Yeah.
I'd be like, no thanks.
I look at a lot of those acts and think that, like, well, what do you? Okay, that's
how do you
cool,
scale
but how
this?
do you scale this to be? Even when it stand-up comic, he's good, but what are you just gonna have a residency in Vegas for this guy? Just okay.
Matt writes in, personal responsibility. Who could this refer to?
Oh boy.
A grievance has found me. Coincidentally, it was during episode 1337. My grievance is Big E's complete lack of personal responsibility. Ezus, you didn't have a medical situation at the hotel in New York. You got the shits because your diet is garbage. Grow up, be a man, own it. That is all, Matt.
No, thank you, but I'm not going down that route again. So
There's the answer, Matt.
Yep.
We'll save the rest for tomorrow.
All right, let's get out of here. Short week. Gotta love the short week.
Sure.
And NFL football kicking off again this week. Looking forward to that. So tackle ball, excuse me. Have a great rest of the day, everybody. We'll be back tomorrow. We'll see you then.
You've been listening to the Detroit Cast with your hosts, Mike and Jay. From all of us at Radio for One Studios, thank you for listening. And as always, thank you, dear.